These episodes mark the end of an era, the final recordings inside GMP Podcast Studios before the doors officially closed, and the beginning of something brand new, Thorn City HQ. Today, I'm breaking down the mindset shift that changed my life, the exact shift that took me from reacting to everything to building a system that moves with intention. Because before any rebrand, before any strategy, there's a moment where you decide, I can't keep doing life the old way. You can't change your situation until you change the system. And that system starts in your mind. We're talking about identity, clarity, consistency, and the mental framework that allows you to build something that lasts. Not just a podcast, but a life you can actually scale. Because visibility isn't about fame, it's about focus. And focus starts with the mindset. Welcome to the Thorn City Spotlight Show. Be seen, be heard, be remembered. So I'm going to break down a complete framework that helps creators launch and grow their show in 30 days. I'm going to walk you through the 4 sprints it's going to take for me to go from idea to launch. Plus, I'll share a little bit about the bigger vision of the visibility network platform. Something I've been dreaming up back since 2014. And of course, give you a little bit of inside scoop on what the City Syndicate is building, what our services, our revenue streams, and how I want to help creators and entrepreneurs transform their brands. It's all about transformation and visibility for me. Those are my 2 key words. It's not just about building the content. It's all about clarity, strategy, and building systems that last. You got to make tough decisions in life sometime. In business and life, decisions, tough, but you got to make them. That's really where I'm at right now. Every move feels like it matters. You know, what to cut, what to double down on, what to put a pause on, so I can actually take the next step forward. We got the Thorn City Syndicate, the management agency, and the Thorn City Spotlight Show. They go hand in hand. Thorn City Syndicate, that's the agency. That's the engine that helps the creators, the entrepreneurs, and the people build their brands, find clarity, and create strategies that actually work. You got to do that. And then we got the Spotlight Show. That's the platform where it all comes to life. The agency builds the message, and the show amplifies it. That's why I came up with a tagline, slogan, whatever you want to call it. Be seen, be heard, be remembered. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody thinks they need to be heard, and everybody wants to be remembered. So I think that goes well. So I think I'm going to run with that. So as I prepare for this next step in my entrepreneurial journey, the first rule is simple. Keep the main thing the main thing. When I say the main thing, I mean my niche. It's always been one of my biggest struggles over the years is figuring out exactly what my niche is. But once you finally start to see it, the next challenge is keeping the main thing. On top of that, I've always wrestled and struggled with finding the right systems and the right programs and the right environments that can actually support where I'm headed, not just where I started. But you hit a point sometimes where what worked before just doesn't seem to fit anymore. Sometimes you outgrow it. You outgrow the tools, you outgrow the spaces. What worked when you started doesn't always work as you grow. And that's not failure, that's growth. It's part of the journey. And a lot of people are scared to switch up and change some things up and start over if you got to sometimes. But that just means you leveling up. And when you level up, growth requires new systems, new strategies, sometimes new environments that match the level of where you're stepping into. That's exactly the season I'm in right now, and maybe some of you are too. The podcast host system is a complete framework to help creators and entrepreneurs launch and grow a podcast the right way. When I say podcast, a podcast, you can do video, but video can't be your main focus if you're podcasting. And I encourage you to do video, but don't make that your focus because there's a market for podcasting. Audio, use the video for what you use the video for, but if you're trying to compete with these big names and these big brands that's really producing shows, they're not producing podcasts. They're producing shows and release them as podcasts. So you can't really compete with them unless you got the budget. And so don't act like you got the budget if you ain't got the budget. And so you can't skip steps in podcasting. It's something I learned along my journey. I skipped some steps. I went straight to producing a show just because I had the tools to do it. I didn't necessarily have to have the budget, but I had the tools, so I did it. But I'm going to double back, rewind. Like I said, the rebrand and we're going to get into some real deal podcasting. I'm still going to call it a spotlight show because that's the handle I chose and I like it. There's a nice ring to it. And that's what I'm doing. I like to spotlight people. But I'm going to do real podcasting, audio, focus on the audio and promoting that and promoting the business. And what they say, your podcast should be bringing in leads. Your guests should be leads for your business. So that's what I'm going to focus on. So the complete framework is designed to help anyone go from idea to launch in 30 days and then keep their show running in just a couple hours a week. The system includes a 30-day launch roadmap that breaks the process down into simple steps, templates, and SOPs, standard operating procedures. You should have those. So if you have that, you're never guessing what to do next. It's all planned out for you. A growth hub with strategies for promotion, content, and visibility. Training videos to show you exactly how to set things up. So there's two ways it works. There's the DIY version, do it yourself. You buy the system, get instant access, and follow it step by step. Then you have the done for you version, the DFY. My team sets it all up and manages it. You just show up and record. So that's what we're going to do. DIY, do it yourself, and DFY, done for you. Those are the two ways. Think of it like a business in a box for podcasting. Instead of figuring out everything from scratch, you get a proven process that saves you time, cuts out the trial and error, and sets you up with a professional, consistent podcast that builds your brand and authority. So here's the game plan. 4 sprints is what I like to call it. So once y'all finish the 4 sprints, it'll be go time to launch this thing. So sprint 1 is the foundation and infrastructure. That's the back end. It's going to take some time to get it all set up, but it'll be all worth it if you take that time and actually set it up and get things on autopilot. So that's the back end. This is the stuff nobody sees, but it makes everything work. I'm talking about setting up the back end tools, automations, systems, integrations, making sure they're branded and connected the right way. If the foundation is shaky, the whole thing falls apart. So sprint 1 is like laying concrete. You don't see it, but it holds the building up. Excuse me. Sprint 2, the core product build. Now that the foundation's in its place, sprint 2 is where the real product comes to life. For me, that's the master dashboard. Think of it like the command center. It's got to be complete, functional, and simple to follow. You don't want people to get lost. I want them to log in, know exactly where to go. It's about structure, visibility, and making sure the system actually solves problems. Sprint 3. It's the branding and client experience. Once the product is built, now it's about how it feels when someone actually touches it and uses it. That's branding and client experience. I want every interaction to feel premium and intentional, clean design, clear messaging, and everything on brand. It's not just about looking good. It's about building trust. When clients log in, book with me, or even just see emails, I want them to feel like, okay, this is the next level. I'm in the right place. Sprint 4, sales and launch. Before we actually hit the go button, there's a pre-launch testing phase. This is where I'll run internal tests. I'll bring in a couple beta testers and make sure every part of the system works the way it should. Once it's airtight, then it's liftoff. At that point, the system is ready to go live. Someone can purchase it and get instant access. DIY, do it yourself. Or if they got the real budget and they want to help doing it all, they need some more support, I can walk them through it step by step, DFY. But either way, it'll be built to sell and built to scale. So that's the 4 sprints to take this thing from idea to launch. Then there's another piece that goes along with all this to complete what I like to call the visibility network platform. Like I mentioned earlier, something I've envisioned since 2014. Got this idea back from when we went on tour, me and my guy Third, and we had our show out in Miami down at the world famous King of Diamonds. That's when I seen something they were doing out there, and I've been plotting on, damn, I want to do that. I want to do something like that here. I've seen a little bit what they done out there, but still haven't seen nobody do it how I want to do it. And success starts with a dream, but it lasts with a system. I've always been the type to help everybody else, pour into other people's dreams, help them bring their dreams to life, even before I stopped to pour into mine. But because serving others was always what always came first for me, helping other people out. But now I'm realizing I got to be more intentional about helping myself, doing some of the stuff I want to do. That don't mean I can't still help other people, but just be more intentional with what I want to do, my dreams and my visions. And so it's not selfish. It's necessary because the more I grow, the more I can give back. The more I put myself in position, the more I can put other people in position. So that's why I built Thorn City Syndicate. I knew I needed to create something bigger than me. Something that not only helps me grow, but it gives creators, entrepreneurs, and change makers the same clarity and systems I was searching for. It's not just about me anymore. It's about building a platform where all of us can win. At Thorn City Syndicate, we help podcasters, creators, and entrepreneurs go from passion projects to powerful platforms. We know success doesn't happen by accident. It's built through clarity, consistency, and the right strategy. We help you build, launch, and grow your brand. We believe in playing the long game. Forget chasing downloads and gimmicks. We help you serve your audience and monetize authentically and stay top of mind. You don't need millions of followers. You just need the listeners and the right plan. You don't need millions of followers. You just need the right listeners and the right plan. We take you out the grind and into the growth lane by creating visibility that keeps you top of mind, transforming your presence so your brand is impossible to ignore, building systems that free your time and scale your impact. Your dreams matter. We work side by side with you to co-create strategies, content, and campaigns, ensuring you're always part of the process and never left in the dark. Transparency and honesty. You got to keep it real with the people you're serving, and they'll appreciate it. To elevate your presence, we give you access to real opportunities to collaborate through our creative vendor network and marketplace. We also provide ongoing coaching and mentorship. We equip you with the knowledge to grow your brand, launch your podcast, and scale in a way that's sustainable. But it's not just about deliverables. It's about transformation. Visibility and transformation is what we're going to be pushing. We're going to be banging the hammer and nail down on that. Some of our services and revenue streams here at Thorn City Syndicate. Our revenue comes from a mix of creative services and the platforms we're building. But we'll offer on-site pop-up podcast productions, full audio and video production. On the digital side, we'll handle everything from graphic design logos, flyers, social media posts, to video editing, web development, websites, and full marketing plans. We also take care of the technical growth side with Google My Business Management, SEO services, Google ranking systems, Meta Facebook ads. On top of that, we'll offer social media marketing and management. I think my team they can even build out some apps. I think they got app design, so we don't have app designs too. We can even do cold calling to help the brands convert leads into sales. We can reach out for you. Then there's our community side of our Creator Vendor Network marketplace. And the Thorn City Spotlight Show. That's where we feature guests and create collaboration opportunities. We provide coaching, workshops, and business programs that help creators and entrepreneurs build clarity, confidence, and growth. Altogether, these streams balance service fees, memberships, sponsorships, and training, which keeps us growing and creating impact. So, if you've been listening and you've got skills, services, or creativity to bring to the table, I need you to think about joining the Creative Vendor Network and Marketplace. This is where we'll connect, collaborate, and create opportunities together, because this isn't just my vision. It's something to create community. So tap in, be part of the movement, and let's grow together. So I can't do it alone. So before the official launch, I'm going to need a few people for the pre-launch testing phase to run through the systems with me, point out any friction, and help make sure this is airtight before we send it into the real world. So if you want to be part of the process, you got skills, services to offer, it's your chance to lock in. It's bigger than me. It's about building something together. So let's make it happen. If you're ready to grow, you can start with a free assessment. Just DM me or hit my new landing page at www.thorncitysyndicate.com. Go there, get your free digital report card today, and see exactly where your brand stands and what steps you need to take. It's the Thorn City Syndicate Management, where visibility meets transformation and transformation builds a legacy. If you're ready to be seen, be heard, be remembered, let's talk. I'll let your boy. Drop a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to the Thorn City Spotlight YouTube channel. Big shout out to GMP. Always. See you next time. What man? What power? I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of the Thorn City Spotlight Show, where we network and build connections, interviews, and discussions. Until next time, I like your boy, Thorn City Podcast Guy. I'm out. You remind me of a man.